because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Young. Got his man. It's Jonathan Mingo. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Now Young. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Lions will take over. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down. 16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports. Still going. And he will be taken down here, but another big gain on the ground to start the drive. This one good for 16, and yet again a first down. 59 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Got the defense on their heels. 2 first downs in a row, and now a pickup of 8. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. Here comes Reynolds as they try the jet sweep. Oh, look at the juke. Jukes by again. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Brock Wright, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are able to add on to their first half lead. Dan Campbell makes the call. His guys will go for 2 here. Trying to run it in with Montgomery. And make him 4 for 4 now on 2-point conversions as he'll take this one in for the score. Thorough domination right now, and the game plan is simple, obviously, Charles. They're going for 2 after every touchdown, and it's 24-0.
Don't you just get the sense right now that they're just flexing? I mean, you'll be able to do whatever they want, how they want, 3 2-point conversions. And now they're up 24-0, so essentially they gained a field goal out of it without even trotting the kicker out there.
And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay,
and you're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Young on 3rd down. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete. So on now is Johnny Hekker to punt this one away. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Detroit. What a run. 79 yards on the punt return. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Goff and that Lions offense staying on the field. They'll try for 2. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Young now. Short throw underneath to Hurst. That'll give him 8 that time, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Able to find the open man. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone came around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. A 2nd down throw for Young. It's caught by Sanders. Room to maneuver at the 35. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here. Young. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Young. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. To throw on 2nd down is Young. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Young to throw it.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
At least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of a team, and they can come out and look real sharp in the second half.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. On 1st down, Goff. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Shaq Thompson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Reynolds will go in motion right. He's going to get it on the jet sweep.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play.
Well, no sooner did the teams get to the locker rooms, and they're running right back out. Halftime over, third quarter, ready to go.
The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. And that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession...
Oh, Young loses it. And this is scooped up. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. They give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice you're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized. Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill in for a loss.
Tough spot here, third down and 11.
Here is Young. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And the Lions are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Look at this, a tight end carry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
They'll try the middle with Montgomery. Oh, fighting off the defender. And again the footwork. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
96 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And bulldozing his way through. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. 27 yards for David Montgomery. And the Lions have taken. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Dan Campbell makes the call. His guys will go for 2 here. Now they send a man in motion right. They'll try and run it here. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
All security eluded him. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down. Stopped at the Panthers' 14. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead them to 4th down. Montgomery, they'll run for it. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. A run here on first down with Reynolds. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On second down, it's Reynolds. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Craig Reynolds taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Lions get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. A Goff and that Lions offense staying on the field. They'll try for 2. And they'll try a little razzle-dazzle. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Short throw underneath to Hurst. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Flush to his right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. Out of the gun, it's Young.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Lions will take over.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
Just shy of the 30. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. They find some open field here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there at 22. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Von Bell up to make the tackle.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down, stopped at the Panthers' 40-yard line.
149 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, they go Montgomery.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
This is 2nd and 8.
Throwing now, Goff. Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 3. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Gibbs is in for a Lions touchdown.
This is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
They're going to try and run. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now Young.
And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway here on EA Sports. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now here's Young. And that's complete to Sanders. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down. They'll toss this right side to Hubbard. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's Young from the shotgun. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. Here's Johnny Hekker now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Miles Sanders taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Panthers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
A give. This is Montgomery. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And off comes to Montgomery. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2nd down and a yard. On the carry, it's Montgomery. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
First run of the game for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Alabama product. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down.
Going back to Gibbs on 1st down.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Counter play. Here's Gibbs. He's still on his feet.
Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
36 yards.
And the Lions are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Goff and that Lions offense staying on the field. They'll try for 2.
They'll try and throw for it. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll get in. And they take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Hubbard.
And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. A tight one. 8-7 our score after 1 on EA Sports. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. First and 10, Young.
He's going to drop this down to Sanders.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Okay, ready? Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 3.
Young will set to throw. Flushed out right. Fighting through pressure.
Oh, Young loses it. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, we know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At about the 32.
They'll start things off with a give to Gibbs. Down the right sideline. He may go.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs
with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half.
And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Goff looking to throw. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the two-point conversion for good measure. So 2 successful two-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or two-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we got a chance to put points on the board.
It's Young on first down. And connecting here with DJ Chark. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. It's a second down run with Sanders. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. On second down, here's a run with Hubbard. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Young on 3rd and 2. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. John Kaminsky in there to drop it for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. 2nd down and 8. They'll go again with Gibbs. And now off to the races down the right side. And they finally get him down at the other 46. 172 yards rushing for him now as this sensational afternoon continues. Here's Goff. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. A run here on first down with Reynolds. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And quickly they get to the line. Give to Reynolds. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment. But welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you got to expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Gaudin.
The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
And he is finally going to be brought down, but not before he gets it to the Panthers' 32-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll hand off to Reynolds. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. From the 23, here's 2nd and a yard. Reynolds will go in motion right. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Josh Reynolds, a 23-yard run. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Dan Campbell makes the call. His guys will go for 2 here. They're going to keep it on the ground. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Up the middle they go with Sanders. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Young now from the 50. And that is incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. In motion goes the tight end. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. That's going to go down as a loss of 9 on the 1st down play. So now then the big loss sets up 2nd and 19. Another run for Gibbs here. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Fourth down, a give to Gibbs. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down in the backfield. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. And now the football is going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. Meanwhile, Young's throw complete to his receiver, Thielen. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They'll come up 2nd and 7. To throw, Young. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Derek Barnes able to get him for a loss of about 3. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Panthers on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Aiden Hutchinson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Panthers turned away on 4th down, and the Lions will take over. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. 2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. Now he's into the clear again. Sheds off the tackle. Moving inside the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, 87 yards. And the Lions are able to add on to that lead. Goff and that Lions offense stand on the field. They'll try for 2. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. You know, we've discussed this before, and we've seen it in practices. Extra periods being put in for the offense on these 2-point tries. But the defense, they're beefing up their support as well in practice.
They absolutely have to. If people are going to go for 2 and try and gain those advantages and make it tougher on your team as the game goes along, you have to be in a position to stop those. You can't let them get the advantage. So, yes, the defensive teams, they're putting in that extra time on 2-point plays as well.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Young to throw it. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. Young working out of the gun. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start this drive out on the ground. There he goes right side. There he goes again. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, 52 yards. And the Lions up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. And he is not going to get to the goal line. And for the first time here this afternoon, they are thwarted on the two-point conversion.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot.
No.
Okay.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Throwing, Young. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Second down and 4.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Short throw underneath. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And I don't know that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Goff.
He'll let this go deep for St. Brown.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Gibbs will try and pick it up. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Goff going to throw it. Dancing to his left. And he's got this down to the 35.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
A nice little juke.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
10 more there and another first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on and get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Kirby Joseph in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. One last shot for Young. That is caught. Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games.
Back in my ways, missing my girl, I ain't seen her in days. What can I say? I'm out in the baby, trying to get paid. Look what I made. Thousands of people are knowing this Jay. I never change. Can put myself back in that minimum wage. Gotta keep all in this crunch time. Eating these rappers is lunchtime. You the man only sometimes. End your career with a punchline. The industry told me it's the front.